Yeah, okay.
So we are saying no to Imperial Political Party Registrar. This bill has not been brought because of interest of Kenyans. This bill has been brought by interest of 2 or 3 people. People who want to grab power, and they have realized the time is not on their side. They've realized they cannot con people anymore politically because they've been con men. People who con others using political parties. And when I say con men, I know you understand what happened in NASA coalition, where Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, and Kalonzo Musyoka were conned out of their NASA agreement by Raila Odinga. He conned them because he went and greeted Uhuru through handshake. He negotiated for a package and never honored that what he negotiated with his coalition partner of NASA. He conned them because all the monies he was supposed to be sharing with them, the money that comes to the political parties, ODM was the recipient partner on behalf of NASA. He never gave that money, shared that money to his coalition partners. So that conmanship has come to the end. So they've realized they cannot con people anymore. They can only now come to Bunge, make a law, prepare a law that is going to allow for what they are calling CPP, Coalition Party, Political Party. Us, within our UDA outfit, we have no opposition around CPP because we also might be the beneficiaries of CPP. But we have a problem with the timelines that have been put there to con others. There are people who are actually coming and putting deadlines of 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, and those timelines are being put there so that they can coerce some people to run into a political coalition. They've realized if they don't do that, Kalonzo Musyoka will sit pretty, will not be coerced, and he finally will negotiate a better deal. They have realized Musalia Mudavadi will sit pretty, will not be rushing into anything, and therefore he'll be able to negotiate a better deal. So now they can coerce Akina Musalia Mudavadi and Kalonzo Musyoka to agree to their demands to get into a coalition party. That is when they're running to Bunge to come and put timelines so that they can coerce their partners. Hiyo ni ukora, ni conmanship. And that is what we are fighting. Number, kama political party registrar ndio atadecide kama mimi nitapatiwa nomination ya UDA, na siku hizi huyo political party registrar amekuwa a messenger wa kutumwa na watu fulani, will we see democracy in this country? Let me tell you, they are going to screw up all political parties to the favor of Azimio la wale ambao wanaazimia. They are going to make sure they mess our political party nominations. And that is what we are fighting. Right now is illegal and unconstitutional. Even what we did last time. It is illegal, it is unconstitutional, and it's going to be kicked out in the courts of Kenya. Do you know why? Because the processes that are supposed to be followed in the process of making such a law were not followed. For example, when you are making a law, you must make sure that you provide a platform for public participation. And stakeholders of a certain sector of the law that is being made must be invited for political party public participation. One, you must note that this law was quietly slipped in, and an advertisement for public participation was slotted in the week when we were breaking for Christmas, when everybody was busy traveling and planning to travel. Okay? The last day of the advertisement, JLAC was already seated to discuss this bill. How can you sit down to negotiate or to discuss matters of making a law from a bill, and you have already advertised for public participation, and you have not even received memorandum from people to discuss and call them and allow them to give their views? During the last sitting, before we started debating in the National Assembly, they only called 3 people. Kutufunga macho, wakaleta watu watatu. Those 3 people are not actually stakeholders, they are sponsors of the bill. They brought the chairman of the political party tribunal, they brought the registrar of political parties herself, and they brought a representative from Treasury. Those are not stakeholders, they are actually the sponsors of the bill, they are the owners of the bill. So bringing 3 people within JLAC committee and pretending that you have done a public participation process is a lie. And this, I'm sure, even when it is taken to court, it's going to be defeated. We know your plan. We know you're trying to put deadlines for coalitions so that you can coerce some people to get into a coalition with Azimio, la wale ambao wanazimika. We know you're trying to use the register of political parties so that you can meddle into the affairs of other political parties, and we know what you are planning, and we are not going to allow you. We also know that you are so desperate and you have panicked because you know you cannot win an election. Raila Odinga cannot win an election without coalition. He knows that. So he's desperate and he's trying to use kifua sasa. Asema lazima sheria itengenezwe na itengenezwe kwa haraka ili apate nafasi ya kuuza uoga kwa Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula na wale wengine. We are telling them hiyo azimio yenu itazimika because we have members of parliament brave enough like myself that are not going to sit pretty and watch you erode the political party democracy that was gained in this country through sweat and blood. Some of us are not cowards, and you know Wamuchomba is never a coward. I am not going to sit pretty, whether I will be called from State House or wherever, to vote for something I believe is going to be retrogressive for the democracy of this country. And therefore, powers of IEBC, as mandated by the Kenyan Constitution to micromanage political parties, must be protected. And any amendment or proposal that says otherwise is not going to be passed. Uhuru Kenyatta lied to us and told us that whatever they have agreed with Raila Odinga has got nothing to do with 2022 presidential elections. He kept telling us that. When I was supporting him, you remember I was supporting Uhuru Kenyatta, he told us that many times, that they have discussed maneno ya umoja wa Kenya, maneno ya political development and economic development, lakini hawakuongea maneno ya 2022 presidential elections. He kept telling us that. But that is not what we are seeing. So we actually can conclude he actually lied to us. Because now we can see all his right-hand men and left-hand men are all supporting Raila Odinga. We have seen the Mount Kenya Foundation. They are now bragging how they are going to make Raila a president against our wish and our will.